What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cherry back again on another video. And today, we're going to talk about this report from Ramona Shelburne. Did I pronounce the last name right? Hopefully I did. But yeah, she dropped a report about, the Celtics and what they, trying to do and what may come about during the season. So, in this report, it talks about Jason Tatum might take on a heavier load at the PG position this year. Now, in my opinion, I believe he can run the PG throughout the whole season. And here's why. Jason Tatum is not like Paul George. He's not like Paul George, y'all. And him and his trainer, Drew Hanlon, they be working on how to handle certain like defensive pressures and coverages, all of that. And you can tell it's been paying off on the court because in this Miami Heat series, the Miami Heat, they did everything they can to get the ball out of Jason Tatum's hand. They did everything. Blitzed him, let Jaylen Brown go 1-on-1. They just did anything they could to get the ball at Jason Tatum's hand. So what Jason Tatum did, so once they came out the pick and roll, they blitzed him. He was stretched the pick and roll out, just like guys like Luka Doncic or guys like LeBron, guys elite playmakers that you know to stretch. Even Trae Young, they stretched the pick and roll out, and they let like, for example, he had Jaylen Brown. He stretched it out past Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown attacked 1-on-1 off the catch. So Jason Tatum knows how to set up his teammates within the offense. And the offense is basically not going to change as much as what I'm hearing, but they add, it probably add more elements to the offense to make it less predictable than it was last season. And hopefully with another year on Joe Mazzulla built, that he can navigate his way throughout the season. Now, I didn't understand the slander he was getting because folks saying, oh, Ime Udoka, he's so much better than him. Even though Ime Udoka and the Celtics started out very, very slow, we didn't know if the Celtics were going to make the playoffs at the time until they went on that crazy run in the second half of the season. We didn't know that at first, but it is what it is. Then we go to the next year. They added more talent. They won more games. I think, what was they seeing? They was the second seed. They was the second seed in the East, and folks were still complaining about his adjustments, even though they made it to the conference finals. You could say, "Oh, that you can knock out the talent." Well, who have to put the talent in place for them to succeed? So it's a double-edged sword. Most of the coaches don't get the credit they deserve, and most coaches do get the credit they deserve, but it's just probably at a lesser scale, right? Basically everybody has a problem with their coach. Trust me, it's the same thing like offensive linemen in football. Nobody's not gonna be satisfied until they actually win like the big one, like the Super Bowl for football and the NBA Finals for basketball. Back on the Celtics. Now I don't know how would you categorize this. Is this like championship bust? Because year in, year out, they've been this close to a championship. This close. Now, I don't know if Jason Tatum likes the city of Boston. And if he does, and they make it to the finals again, I see no reason for him to just fly out and leave, right? But we don't know how he feels, and we are not Jason Tatum. So I'm not speculating nothing. And I'm not even close to Jason Tatum at all. So I'm just saying, like, if I'm Jason Tatum, I would stay in Boston, right? Because they talking about, like, big names might be available next summer. We don't know. It could be Giannis, could be Embiid. It could be anybody. But Jason Tatum, if he... I don't know, because they did re-sign Jaylen Brown to a $300 million contract. So they obviously believe in Jaylen Brown and the Jason Tatum duo to win a championship. But I'm just thinking, like, when is going to happen? Because it's been multiple years since this duo has been intact and they grew up as the stars they are today, and nothing to show for it. Nothing to show for it. They lost to the Heat in 2020, right? 2021, it was just like a bad year. Jaylen Brown got hurt, and Jason Tatum had to take on the low in the playoffs versus the Nets. He did a good job. He won a game, which is better than what KD and Kyrie did the year after, but that's neither here nor there. But Yeah, and then that season was done. We go to 2022 when they actually broke through and won the conference finals. They went to the finals, but they looked bad. Like they won game one, I give them that. They did win game one at Golden State, but like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown just looked bad out there, dog. In 2023, we come in new coach, new assistant coach, coaches because a bunch of coaches had love for other jobs, and I didn't see a drop off to be honest with you. But the problem with them was their offense could be predictable at times. So go to the playoffs, they should have got the. So yeah, like I was saying, they should have got the Hawks up out of there in 4 or 5 games, but they took it to 6. So we go into the next round. They play the Sixers, and the Celtics look like they were on the brink of losing. Now it did take James Harden to come out of his watch for and go back to who he was in Houston to drop 2 40-point games in this series. Yes, I say that, but they did take care of business in Game 7. That's all that matters. So we go to the conference finals, and the Heat, they still was hot from the first 2 rounds against the Bucks and the Knicks, and they just came out guns blazing, and they was up 3. What was it, 3-1? Yeah, they was 3-1. But the Celtics, since they had that I can't say championship DNA because they have won a championship. Let's say I'm gonna say playoff DNA since they always be deep in the playoffs every year. They came back and almost could have won this series. But they ended up losing because Jason Tatum twisted his ankle, and that was the end of that. Jaylen Brown had like 7, 8 turnovers, and the series is over. But this when the things changed, they decided to shift in another direction since they see Al Horford's agent, Robert Williams is not healthy all the time, so they went out and got Kristaps Porzingis. And Kristaps Porzingis, he brings another element to that offense compared to a guy like Marcus Smart. Porzingis, if they try to play zone and try to mix and match different coverages for the Celtics, that's why they have bringing Kristaps Porzingis. He can stay right in the middle, so Jason Tatum have to be in that spot every time. They put Kristaps Porzingis right there. He can shoot over people. He can attack a closeout. Like that's why they brought in Kristaps Porzingis. And now if they have to run Jason Tatum at the 1, like I said, they'll be just fine. Just fine. Now, it all depends if he can stay healthy, though. Now, he's been doing a great job at it. Now, if he gets hurt, though, that's when the Celtics need to start answering some questions because after that, they guard depth right now, Derek White, and that's it. Because Malcolm Brogdon, they said he might be out the door pretty soon. So, there's no telling where his future going to lie. So how is this going to go? And also, since we're on the topic of only having one PG on the roster, let's talk about the Bucks. Might as well, right? Now, the Bucks, I'm checking out their roster, and I'm looking. And I see they have Pat Connaughton, right? Well, let's start with the star line, though. They have Drew, they have Grayson Allen, they have Chris Middleton, they have Giannis, they have Brook Lopez. And that's if Grayson Allen started. And then on their bench, I'm looking, I'm like, this is not right. They don't have no PG on the roster. They guards is Pat Connaughton, who they use as a wing at times. They have Malik Beasley, right? And that's it. Like that's it. Now they have more rotation pieces that are like wing. They have Bobby Portis. Let me not forget about the 6-man of the year candidate in my book, Bobby Portis. They have him. They have. Who they have? Let's be honest with ourselves. They have Jay Crowder who can't run the PG. Yeah, they lost Joe Ingles in free agency to the Magic. So who's gonna be the other ball handler for this team? Malik Beasley don't have experience with. Pat Connaughton don't have experience with. Jay Crowder. I'm trying to think. Who else is on? Robin Lopez on the team. He's a big man, of course, so he definitely not gonna run the 1. And he's not even close. So, yeah, who's going to step up? They have Marjon Beauchamp. who they think they can see a jump in production. They picked up Chris Livingston in the second round. Folks say that's a steal. Some folks say he should have went back to college. So they really don't have nobody that's seasoned enough to run the one on their team. And I'm glad making this video about the Celtics, and this report came out about the Celtics. If anything, folks need to be worried about the Bucks as well, because I understand Giannis has been taking a big load in usage, but if you ever have him and Drew as the only like initiators on the team and folks that can get into offenses, bro, that's a problem. That is a problem because both cannot be on the same court at the same time throughout the duration of the game. You can have one on, one off. Yeah, of course you can do that, but dog, I don't think that's saving you. Now, Chris Middleton, he can step up in a ball handler role, but I don't know. But yeah, those are my thoughts on those two teams. Those two teams, they definitely need more. Excuse me. They definitely need more ball handler on the team. They definitely do if they want to make a long, deep playoff run. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know if you guys like this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and this is your boy Terrell, and I'm out.